Good evening once more again. It's been a while. So, it's a Monday, August 5th, and here are tonight's top stories. Cyril Ramaphosa has described the GNU as the best tactical option for the ANC. Speaking to the ANC alliance partners earlier today, Ramaphosa emphasized the need for a united front. The ANC is taking steps to revive the government monitoring tool. Uh, they launched an adapt or die warning coming from the NCNEC as they reflected on potential election losses of 2024. Engineering economic recovery is set to be the main focus of the upcoming ANC Lekgotla. Key economic strategy expected to be addressed during the crucial meeting. In the other news, GDE has stated it cannot interfere with the outcomes of an internal probe into racism claims at Pretoria High School for Girls. School governing bodies are divided over the decision to investigate alleged racism at Pretoria High School for Girls. A new racism probe has been launched at Pretoria High School for Girls by the MEC. Tragedy in Diepsloot as a mother calls for the denial of bail for an Ethiopian man accused for raping her 7-year-old daughter. Arrested Libyans are demanding to be sent home following a court postponement earlier today. 5 suspects are behind bars after daring haste at Gofengaba Traffic Department. Despite having taps installed 5 years ago, these villages have yet to see a drop of water. A lot of families are still without clean water for cooking. This troubling story of water scarcity and broken promises is very wet. And in local news, a shocking footage of a man being held at gunpoint during an armed robbery at Boxer store has been seen on the internet. In technology news, a warning for Windows users: 70% are now at risk due to a recent update. Priyanka Chopra Jonas has wrapped up filming for her Hollywood movie, The Bluff. She celebrated by dancing to a hit track by Salman Khan. Kanye West's daughter, North, has wowed fans with her bilingual rap on Vultures 2. Biles seeks to extend her Olympic gold rush, and Duplantis targets a new world record. Here is the official petrol price for August. The Department of Petroleum and Mineral Resources has published the official fuel price adjustment that will kick in on Wednesday, 7 August 2024. Reflecting the tight range in recoveries offers to light, the fuel price adjustment for August are not major, although the prices were ultimately supported by range-bound oil prices, a generally stronger rand versus the dollar. This has translated to another small cut at the pumps, with prices coming down by 15 cents per litre for petrol, between 17 and 28 cents per litre for diesel. Here are the changes. Fuel changes. Petrol 93 decrease of 15 cents per litre. Petrol 95 decrease of 15 cents per litre. Diesel 0.05% wholesale decrease of 28 cents per litre. Diesel 0.005% wholesale decrease of 17 cents per litre. Illuminating paraffin decrease of 22 cents per litre. LP gas decrease of 14 cents per kg. Sanlam and the other news, Sanlam Alliance is considering acquiring in Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, and it aims a greater scale across Africa, one person has won 1 million, 100 million lotto jackpot. Check your tickets, it could be you. In other closing story, navigating divorce and retirement savings in South Africa. Now, for a topic that might make you laugh, cry, or both, let's talk about divorce and pensions in South Africa. Yes, because when you thought splitting assets could get more complicated, along comes retirement savings to really spice things up. Let's dive into the murky waters of what happens to your pension when you divorce it. Here's a lowdown. Many South Africans often find themselves asking, what happens to my retirement benefit when I'm getting divorced? Well, if you thought dividing the house and the dog was tricky, wait until you get to your pension. Salome Young from 91, South Africa's largest private asset manager by assets under management, says that the Divorce Act and the Pension Fund Act set the stage for this financial soap opera. For an example, if you were married out of community of property after the 1st November 1984 with an interpunctual contract that excludes community property and community of profit and loss, and the accrual system, your retirement funds are safe from being shared. Need some translation? So, if you had the foresight, or perhaps the cynicism, to sign an internuptial contract, your ex can't touch your pension. But recent case law has thrown a twist into the plot, stating that a non member spouse might be automatically entitled to retirement fund benefits if married in community of property. However, the divorce order must still play by the legislative rules to make those deductions. Ah, the sweet irony of marriage, sharing everything until you meticulously dividing everything down to the last cent. Those married out of the community of property with accrual or in community of property can decide their divorce settlement whether to share retirement funds. Picture this: one spouse gets the house, the other gets access to the retirement fund. Talk about a trade off. To make things binding, the divorce order needs to specifically mention pension interest. Without these magic words, your well crafted settlement might just be traded paper. If the divorce order says the non member spouse is entitled to 40% of the member's pension interest, then this requirement is met. But if it is saying 40% of the member's pension fund, it's a no go. The term pension interest is critical. So make sure you're getting the legal jargon right. You don't want to lose out because of technicality. Also, the retirement fund must be named in the order, or at least identifiable. No vague references allowed. This isn't a guessing game. And it's not, let's not forget the pension fund must be specifically ordered to pay the non member spouse. It must say something like this: the fund, like number one, the fund must pay the non member spouse, or two, payment must be made in terms of Section 37D of the Pension Funds Act or Section 78 of the Divorce Act. Or three, the fund has to make an endorsement in its records in accordance with Section 78 of the Divorce Act. Sounds simple, right? Like assembling a furniture. The definition of pension interest varies depending on your retirement fund. For a pension fund, it's what you'd get if you resigned on the date of divorce. For a retirement annuity fund, it's the contributions made up to the date of divorce plus annual simple interest. And for a preservation fund, it's the benefit you'd get if your membership was terminated or if you retired on the divorce date. Oh, and if you are no longer an active member of the relevant fund, what happens? Well, tough luck. There's no pension interest to split. So, next time you're toasting at a wedding, just remember love may be blind, but retirement funds rules definitely aren't. In the non-member spouse, so if the non-member spouse gets a portion of the pension interest, they have two thrilling options. One, they have to take a lump sum, which is taxed, or two, transfer it to their own retirement fund, which is not taxed as yet until they make a withdrawal. Divorce, providing that sometimes breaking up is hard to do, especially on your wallet. So, while love might not last forever, your knowledge of how to split your pension should. And that's the financial heartbreak of the day. That's all for tonight's briefing. Stay tuned for more news. From me to you, good night, South Africa. There's nothing else I need to read you, but the only thing I can say is Yarios.